Hello, welcome to Mr. Paul's Pantry. I'm Mr. Paul and it's nice to see everyone here again. Nice of you to call round. If you're a new visitor, by the way, a very, very warm welcome. Now this is the time of the week when I don't have recipes, the odd one sometimes, but I'm really showing you what I did for my meals during the past 7 days. It'll give you some idea of what to do with ingredients, how to put them together, and also probably plan your meals for the week too. Now, I go through from Monday through to Sunday, which is today. And so we start with Monday, and I had quite a few appointments on Monday morning, and I had a lot to do at home on Monday afternoon. So I had a simple meal. I had spaghetti bolognese. I didn't have it in the freezer. I didn't open the packet. I made it from scratch, and it was beef, minced beef, and it was all ready in about 30-35 minutes. So this is my spaghetti going onto the plate now, followed by the nice juicy sauce. I did have a couple of gratings of Parmesan cheese with it, and a couple of cherry tomatoes. And I finished it off with a couple of bits of garlic bread which I made, and that was my meal for Monday evening. Tuesday I had liver bacon and onions, and it was a very, very nice meal indeed. It's one of my favourites actually. And I started off on the plate with some colcannon, which is an Irish mashed potato dish, normally made a lot creamier than I made it today. I didn't purposely make it not too creamy because of all the onion gravy that was going to be with it. So I mixed my greens, and there was a mixture of a little bit of cabbage and some spinach with the mashed potato. Here it is. And then my liver had been cooked in the onion gravy and the bacon. There's the liver going on the plate now, followed by the unctuous onion gravy, and it was finger licking good. It was gorgeous. And so that was my meal for Tuesday evening, and a really good meal. So we come to Wednesday, and Wednesday I had a little bit of chicken breast in the freezer, I found. And so I didn't know what to do. There wasn't much left of it at all. So I thawed it out and I cut it into strips, and I made some chicken goujons, which was simply, I dipped them in beaten egg and flour first, in beaten egg, and then in some breadcrumbs, and just gently fried them in the frying pan. And this is my meal for a Wednesday evening. I started off with a nice mixed leaf salad. I added some croutons, some radishes, and a little coleslaw, together with some Roquefort cheese, which I put on. And that was a nice little salad. And then the goujons, just to finish it all off. And that was my meal for Wednesday evening. So now we come to Thursday. And if you've been watching my videos in the past, you'll know Thursdays when I clear my fridge out before I go do my shopping, and then try and make something that night, Thursday evening, for my meal with what I've resurrected from the fridge before I've gone out shopping. This week, unfortunately, I couldn't do that. A very, very busy day on Thursday. First of all, I'd arranged to go out for lunch on Thursday, completely forgetting about the fridge challenge. And then also I had my cleaner coming on Thursday evening as well, Thursday afternoon, and also on Thursday morning I didn't feel 100% when I got up, so it took me a long time to pull myself together. So all in all, I had a very, very busy day and got very little done. So what I did when I came home and I had, the cleaner had finished and I had my meal out and I was feeling a bit better, I decided to make something just quick and easy, and I had a stir fry. And I had some beef and broccoli, a beef and broccoli stir fry with just some plain steamed rice. And this was very, very tasty, nice and light, quick, and one of the easiest meals I've had for a long, long time. This was my meal Thursday evening. Hello, welcome to Mr. Paul's fridge challenge. Now, normally I do, for the people who watch this regularly, you will know, but if you're not regular viewers, you will not know. I normally do this challenge on a Thursday when I do my shopping. Before I go out shopping, I clean the fridge out and try and resurrect a few things that might be thrown away and think I can use them, okay? So today I'm having it to do it on a Friday, because yesterday, first of all, I wasn't 100% when I got up. It took me a long time to pull myself together, and I'd already arranged to go out with some friends for lunch yesterday. And the cleaning lady was coming as well, so I thought I was going to try to fit it all in, and I didn't. So I didn't get to do my shopping, so I'm going to do it today. So I've cleaned the fridge out Friday morning. I've one or two things left, and I literally mean one or two today. This is probably the worst week I've had for ingredients left over. This is really going to be a challenge. Friday or Thursday, it makes no difference. I'll tell you what I've got. First of all, here I've got 2 eggs left. I've got a bit of cheese here. There's a bit of black rind cheddar in there, and there's also a tiny bit of parmesan. I've got a small amount of the bolognese mix that I made when I had my spaghetti bolognese the other day. There's a little bit of this left. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. And I've got a few baby spinach leaves here. Not a lot of those either. Not much I can do with 1, 2, 3, 4 items I've got. I might have to raid the store cupboard for a couple of things today, but I'll try my best. I'm going out now to do my shopping. I'll call and have a coffee, sit and have a think about these whilst I'm out shopping, while I'm having my coffee, sorry. And so I'll see what I can come up with for my meal tonight, which is Friday. I'll see you when I get back. So when I got back from shopping on Friday, I had a good think about what I had left. If you remember, I just had a couple of eggs, I had 2 little bits of cheese, I had the bolognese sauce and a few spinach leaves. So what I did was I used one of the eggs and some flour from the store cupboard, and I made a pancake batter. And I decided my meal that night was going to be savoury pancakes. So here are the pancakes I made. It made 4 actually. Nice pancakes. Then I spread out the bolognese sauce on the pancakes and rolled them up and I placed a couple of them. I just had a couple myself for that meal. I rolled them up and put them into a baking dish. I made some bechamel sauce, some white sauce from the store cupboard, a bit of flour and some butter and milk. And I poured that over the top, and one of the pieces of cheese I grated and sprinkled that on top as well, and that went in the oven for about 15-20 minutes. And whilst that was doing, I made a little salad, which was very difficult because all I had left was the spinach, baby spinach leaves, and a little bit of parmesan. So that was very, very difficult indeed. Anyway, I managed, and what I actually managed to do was to make a salad with the leaves, the parmesan, a few walnuts that I had, and a couple of dried apricots from the store cupboard. So that was my salad, and that was my meal for the fridge challenge on Friday this week. So we come to Saturday morning, and Saturday morning I had a salmon steak. It was a very nice little piece of salmon. It wasn't large, but I pan-fried it just smeared it with some sweet chili sauce, and that was very, very tasty actually. And I served it up with some parmesan crushed potatoes, just done in the frying pan, in the same pan I did the salmon in. And I had some asparagus, which is very near the end of the asparagus season here now, so I'm making the best of it. I had asparagus, a few cherry tomatoes, and I finished it off with a wedge of lemon and some very freshly made parsley sauce. That was excellent. That was my Saturday meal. And so we come to today, Sunday, the last day of the week for me, for my meals. And I had this at lunchtime today, Sunday lunch, instead of waiting for this evening. That gives me time to edit the video and get it up to you in time for tea time. Now, Sunday, this morning I decided I was going to have bacon chops. I don't often have bacon chops, I can't often find them here, but I did find a butcher with some, and I asked him to cut them thin for me, because in the past when I've had them, they've been cut a little bit thick, like a lamb chop, etc. And by the time you've cooked them, they get a bit dry. So I had them cut thin. I made a little balsamic glaze to go on them. I fried them in the frying pan, just pan fried them, and I served them here. There they are on the plate. I served them with some pan fried potatoes. And for the vegetables, I wilted some baby spinach leaves and mixed it with some garden peas, and that was a nice combination. And just to top it all off, I made a fresh apple chutney with a Granny Smith's apple that was kicking about on the fruit bowl, and that just finished the meal off nicely. So it was glazed bacon chops with a balsamic glaze, and they were beautiful. Well, just before we go, I have a little surprise for you, because lots of people have asked in the past, do I ever have a pudding or a sweet or a dessert after my meals? Well, the answer is not usually. I'm diabetic, so I leave them alone. But I do try to have one at weekends, not every weekend, but I try to have a treat at the weekends. And this week I had a little treat after my lunch today. I made myself a little steamed treacle pudding. Now, little steamed treacle pudding, it was so simple. I did it in the microwave. It took 1 minute only, and you can make them ahead of time, put them in the freezer and cook them off when you want them. I will be putting a video up showing you how to do that in the very near future, but this is what I had for my lunch after my lunch today. Well, that's all I have time for this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. I will be putting a video up showing you how to do those sponge puddings very, very shortly. Now, if you have any comments, questions or suggestions, don't forget, leave them underneath in the comments box and I will read every single one. It's Mr. Paul saying bye for now, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!